Right. If you spend anything under $10,000 a month right now on Google or Meta ads, do yourself a favor, pause this video, close the tab out right now. Okay? This tracking infrastructure I'm about to walk you guys through is just going to overcomplicate your business if you're spending under 10K. So for right now, if you're under 10K, stick to browser pixels for right now until you have revenue to actually justify this. Okay? But for those out there managing some real spend, my e-com folks, my B2B folks, my lead gen folks, and you're tired of your ad dashboard showing one number and your CRM showing a completely different number, or if you're in e-com, your Shopify showing one number, but then you go into your Meta ads and it's a completely different number, pay close attention. Because everything you think you know about the bidding system and the auction on Meta ads and Google is completely wrong. My name is Sekou. I've managed close to $30 million in spend over the last couple of years on Meta ads and Google ads. And I see media buyers all the freaking time playing with these little settings in ads managers, running these little A/B tests, right? Changing a few words around. While there's real data engineers that are actually scaling on Meta ads, building the pipelines that feed the AI systems. Think about it. It's kind of like asking a gambler to fix the casino's plumbing. Their incentives just aren't aligned. Meta's AI isn't failing your ad account. It's your dirty tracking signal. And it's poisoning your bidding system. I have two simple goals for you today. Okay? Number one, I'm going to prove to you that your creative is not fatiguing. It's your data inputs. Okay? Your data inputs are corrupted. Second, I'm going to give you the exact 100-point diagnostic checklist my team uses to find all these revenue leaks that agencies are always missing. Okay? So most media buyers, they think their creative is dying. They think, I'm just going to pause this winning ad, right? They pause it. They don't even realize it's a winning ad. I'm going to launch a bunch of new ad tests, trying a bunch of stuff. And then when it doesn't work, they blame the algorithm. They're wrong. It's not the algorithm. The algorithms don't give a crap about your CRM or your pipeline. They optimize strictly for the numbers you feed them. So if you don't care, and if you don't teach them, your ad platforms, to care about those business KPIs, they're just not going to optimize towards anything, right? These algorithms can't see the real outcomes. They can't see the Stripe deposits. They can't see the SQLs. They're optimizing for fake progress, for cheap clicks, for form fills, for window shoppers. Okay? Let me show you. And I see this all the time. Okay? Because I'm going to walk you guys through exactly how this works. Forget all those interest stacks, lookalike audiences, 1% lookalikes. Those days are over, guys. Okay, if you're still doing that, keep watching. Meta's using an AI engine called Andromeda, which you might have heard of, and in under 2 milliseconds, it looks at 10 million ads and picks the exact few to show your target customer. So how does it decide who wins the impression? Look at this formula right here. Okay, you have total value is the bid plus the estimated action rate plus user quality. Okay, so if you're tracking drop signal, and I'm talking about the conversion signal you need, Meta thinks your ad is just never converting. Your estimated action rate is going to plummet to 0. 0. And so on your bid, you're losing it. You're losing your bid all the time, and you're overpaying to actually being shown in the auction every time you're being shown. We're talking about high CPMs, high CPCs. If you're seeing this, this is likely what's happening in this context. Using this old browser pixel is like sending sales by carrier through like a storm or something, right? Conversions API is what you need to set up. It's picking up the direct signal
from the platform's brain. You're speaking directly to the platform's brain. It's Meta's Conversions API. It's a secure tunnel that technically smuggles all your real sales data, because it encrypts it, past all those browser privacy guards and straight into your ad account. So look at this gap here. We got 3 numbers. It's a Tuesday afternoon. Meta's showing 20 purchases today, you know. And you have a 4.5 return on ad spend, right? You feel like a genius. You might go tell your boss, your coworkers, hey, we got 4.5 return on ad spend. And then your boss goes to Shopify. He refreshes. 0 orders in the last 4 hours. What's going on, Seku? So you refresh, still 0 on Shopify. But you watch the Meta number tick up, 21 purchases, 22 conversions. But your real Shopify bank balance stays completely flat. Meta's taking credit for people scrolling on Instagram, and they're double counting those people as buyers, right? So they're counting old buyers, and they're kind of messing up your whole pipeline. If you run Google Ads, you run Google Ads for B2B. Google might say you got 50 leads. Your agency will claim some credit, of course, and they'll blame your sales team. Let's say you're a B2B company, right? They'll say, hey, you're just not selling properly. You got to pick up the phone and call these guys within like 30 seconds, 35 seconds. If you call them at 36 seconds, it's over. And they go in and collect the retainer, and then maybe they send you like 3, 4, 5 leads that made it to your actual Salesforce or your CRM. If you run Google Ads, you should know by now, right? Because in June 15th, Google shut down legacy offline conversion endpoints. And so if you're using this old way of sending conversions, you need to migrate, because everyone is using this data manager API now. Okay, so check your settings. Make sure that this is migrated over. Okay, because they're blocking all of those endpoints, meaning all that data is not going to go through if you haven't migrated. So that's the first thing. And they've actually been so transparent enough to tell you, hey, when you migrate, you'll likely see an increase in conversions. In fact, we've been able to see close to 10% increase in conversions. So this is really important, guys, because on Meta, the silent killer is a little different. It's not the same, right? The silent killer on Meta is that duplication, the double counting, right? Your browser pixel, they'll send a receipt when someone buys, right? And then the server side will send the same receipt at the same time. If those 2 kind of receipts drop that matching event ID, right? So one event ID, because it's one user, Meta will get confused and it'll act like 2 people actually bought that. And so you're actually, it's kind of like billing twice essentially, right? Meta counts 1 order as 2 sales. They'll have your CPA, right? So I'm talking about half, right? So let's say you have a CPA of 25 on Meta ads. Your CPA is actually 50. And that tricks you into scaling a campaign that's completely in a dumper. It's garbage. If you're stuck in learning limited, right? That's not a creative issue either. Okay, that's a data starvation issue, right? When Meta doesn't get real-time purchase data, and you're always in this constant cycle trying to push out, it'll dump 80% of your daily budget. And I've seen this, right? You start a campaign, 80% of my budget gone before like 11 a.m. And you're spending on those low quality clicks, those crappy clicks, those shit clicks, because it thinks no one's buying. You haven't given enough data. In 2026, guys, Meta dropped incremental conversions. Okay, this is really important. So instead of taking credit for some of those warm brand traffic buyers that come in, they already know your brand, they go on Instagram. Now what you can do is you can switch from standard to incremental. So you're actually bidding for new customers, not for people that already know your brand, that are coming and purchasing another. Because at the end of the day, you need to optimize based on your customer acquisition costs, your NCAC, your new customer acquisition costs. So listen, guys, it's like renting a space in a mobile browser. These tech platforms, they can lock their doors, right? They have the doors. But if you build your own back door, a custom server-side pipeline, that's going to allow you to send the data straight from your servers. You own the data, so you should absolutely know how to use it who to send it to, how to send it. When we fix this bidding kind of system right here, we've seen times where we're getting an event match quality of 9.5, right? The dashboard anxiety is gone. Your ads manager is finally matching your CRM, which is matching your bank account. So look, before you change your ad copy or you cut your budget, check the data inputs, okay? You can take our 100-point audit checklist completely here for free. I'll just give it over for free. Hand it to your internal tracking team or just run the audit yourself, right? Look through it. Or, and this is only for people spending over $25,000 a month right now, if your data's bleeding, if you don't have trust in your conversions, if you feel like there's a mismatch, if you look at your Meta ads and your Shopify, or you look at your HubSpot and you look back at your Meta ads or your Google ads and you see variations in the conversion numbers within the same time and you want a team to step in, you can apply. I've opened it up for 7-day signal diagnostics. You can do a sprint with Paid Media Lab. We will walk in here, we'll fix it all, and we'll show you exactly how you never run into a conversion tracking issue again. Right now, you should feel two things, okay? A little bit nauseous, I understand, but you should feel some relief, right? Nauseous because you realize that every dollar you spend today is feeding a blind machine. The relief, though, is you don't have to guess anymore. You have a choice. You have a choice, right? And it's a simple one. You can keep guessing, right? You can fight your agency. I've seen these agencies do all these things where they're actually reporting on view through attribution, which is not what you want to do. You want to report on click through attribution. And you can let all these kind of updates, tracking updates, just bleed your profit. And then eventually you'll pay a customer acquisition cost that is just incredible. You know, whatever you're paying for that customer is just going to increase at a rate you're not even just going to understand. Or just take 5 minutes, click the link below, book a tracking diagnostics, apply for it, right? So bring one ad account, right? And the first call we'll do like a 101, right? You bring your team, bring one ad account where the platforms or CRM disagree, bring your ad account. We'll trace the path from the ad impression to the cash landed in your Shopify or your CRM. So we're identifying the first broken handoff, and we're going to quantify exactly what it's costing you right now. And so after booking, you'll receive a quick relevant conversion tracking checklist so you know exactly what to prepare before the call. Book the signal diagnostics below, find the leak. I'll see you inside. Peace.